Have you ever asked yourself, how the hell is this genocide still happening? How do you bomb civilians, flatten hospitals, starve an entire population, live on the internet and TV for 9 straight months, and the world just shrugs? Well, if there was any doubt, a searing new UN report that just dropped should clear it up, because it lays out the truth as bluntly as it gets. This genocide isn't just happening, it's thriving, precisely because it's profitable. In a 24-page investigation titled From the Occupation Economy to the Genocidal Economy, UN Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese doesn't just document atrocities and crimes against humanity, she follows the money. And it leads straight to over 60 companies, some of the most powerful corporations on earth, who are materially and financially complicit in a genocidal campaign against Palestinians. The new report reveals that tech giants like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Palantir are deeply enmeshed in Israel's military infrastructure. So while Google insists its cloud contract isn't, quote, directed at military or intelligence services, Albanese makes it clear that infrastructure is central to the targeting and destruction of all of Gaza and all of its civilians. We're talking about servers that host drone footage, AI-powered facial recognition, predictive surveillance, and real-time mapping used to monitor, profile, and bomb Palestinian civilians in real time. Palantir, well, their AI software literally helps Israel's military generate target lists efficiently, like an Excel sheet for human lives. The bombs falling in Gaza are being guided by code written in California. This isn't a war, it's a joint venture of genocide. Gaza is the testing ground, and the rest of us, we're funding it. And one of the more egregious examples that Francesca highlights, Israeli forces bulldoze over 1,000 hectares of Gaza farmland, destroying greenhouses, wiping out irrigation systems. And then days later, private Israeli companies move in, install solar panels and wells, then sell electricity and water back to the same displaced Palestinians that are now trapped in tents being indiscriminately bombed and burned alive. And let's be clear, this isn't just about the conflict or some abstract political complexity. This is colonial capitalism in its purest form. Land is cleared, people are erased, profits go up. And global corporations are treating Gaza like a business opportunity with a marketing plan and monthly billing cycles. I mean, some of the same companies preaching ethics, DEI, and innovation are now directly enabling war crimes. I mean, this isn't just complicity, it's active participation. And the silence, that's not neutral, it's monetized. Francesca Albanese's report doesn't just expose it, it demands action.
Imposing an arms embargo immediately. It's not about asking for a ceasefire. This is not a war. This is a genocidal campaign. And it's clear, and now it's either carried out under the pretense of humanitarian food distribution. This is a death trap. And we should learn really to be honest, including yourself. I mean, I've been really generous to the media, because the first corporate entity to be investigated in this mandate was yours. And it will come. But again, now it's time for an arms embargo, and it's time for businesses to cut ties.
She calls on UN member states to impose a full arms embargo on Israel, cease all trade and financial dealings with the named companies until they halt their complicity, pursue legal accountability for corporate executives and shareholders profiting from genocide, and recognize the atrocities in Gaza as crimes against humanity, requiring immediate international intervention. But here's the thing, those 60 companies, they're just the tip of the iceberg. Francesca says her office has developed a database of over 1,000 entities involved based on public submissions during the investigation. That's 1,000 companies, governments, banks, and investors woven into a global web of complicity. And while Palestinians bury their children, the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange has surged by 179%. That's nearly $158 billion in new market value, generated during the destruction and eradication of Palestinians and life in Gaza. Genocide has literally boosted the market. Of course, Israel's mission in Geneva called the report legally groundless, defamatory, and a flagrant abuse of her office. Because, you know, exposing war crimes is not just unprofessional, it's Hamas. But Francesca is unflinching. She's calling for sanctions, full arms embargoes, suspension of trade and investment agreements with any entity endangering Palestinian lives, and for the International Criminal Court and national courts to investigate and prosecute corporate executives and companies for their role in committing and laundering international crimes. Because as long as these corporations are allowed to profit, this genocide will continue, as it has continued for decades, not just with bombs and bulldozers, but with code, contracts, and cloud servers. So this is a call to action for all of us. Boycott, divest, disrupt, demand accountability, because every dollar that funds these companies is a dollar soaked in Palestinian blood, in the blood of children. The bombs that are falling on Gaza do not come just from Tel Aviv. They come from Silicon Valley. They come from Wall Street. They come from boardrooms around the world. This is not just Israel's war. It's a global business model, and its cost is counted in children's graves. It is time that we end the business of genocide, that we sanction Israel, and that we demand accountability. Check out the report.
If 60,000 people killed do not push us to take in seriously international obligations, then we're really, really beyond the pale.